Welcome to the podcast. This is Mr. Ish. We're at Kips Bay Boys and Girls Club Summer Edition. I have a special guest today. We're also at a Cordair Clubhouse. I have a very special guest. I'm anxious. I've been trying to talk to this gentleman for about 4 or 5 months. Hard to reach. Not really hard to reach. I mean, he's always accessible, but he's doing a lot behind the scenes. So I would like to welcome Mr. Hollingsworth, Mr. Sinclair Hollingsworth. Please welcome him to the show.
Welcome. Thank you, everybody. Thank you,
Mr.
wherever
Sinclair.
you're listening at.
Mr. Hollingsworth, just give us your title so that everybody could know what you do here at the Kips Bay Boys and Girls Club.
Well, my title here at Kips Bay is Director of Operations. I have been in this role since October of last year, but I've also been with Kips Bay 13 years at this point.
Okay, so he just got promoted, so we give him a little clap for that. And I don't know how you feel about it, but anytime someone moves up in the chair or moves up the ladder is exciting. And I know that it's new to you, but it's not new to you. You've been with the company for how long now?
13 years, just about.
Yeah, 13 years.
Started off as a school-based director on the west side of the Bronx at PS 140. I ran a DYCD program there with 220 kids for about 6 years. And then from there, I got promoted to the director of the Throsneck Community Center, which is located in one of the housing developments, the Throsneck houses. And I did that for about another 3 or 4 years. During that time, I was promoted, I would say, twice, from running the building to becoming an area director, where I was in charge of all of our DYCD city-funded contracts, which was about 5 contracts in 4 different locations. One of the locations had 2 schools in the building.
Yeah, I gotta hang out with you. You get a lot of promotions. You moving up that ladder. I gotta hold your hand as you're going up that ladder. I see a lot of steps are going up.
Well, you know, this field, this is all of what I do. This is what I love. I'm born and raised on the main side of the Bronx, where we at on White Plains and Randall. I was a Kips Bay kid for a brief time. I went to the sleepaway camp up in upstate. I believe it's called Camp Clearpool. I actually learned how to swim with Kips Bay.
Okay, so we helped you out.
Yeah, no, without a doubt. So, you know, being in the community, part of the community, I was approached by, I would say, one of my earliest mentors, Lou Rod or Jose Rodriguez, about applying for Kips Bay and coming back. And, you know, through that process, I was able to get hired and started at PS 140, hence my journey through Kips Bay and Kips Bay ranks, you know, for lack of better words.
Well, I do appreciate that you taking the time, especially during this pandemic here and all the stuff that you do behind the scenes. The Kips Bay Boys and Girls Club, most of our clubhouses, well, all our clubhouses, we have a total of 9.
Yeah, we have 9 clubhouses. I mean, we're in some schools; they're considered clubhouses, but we have 4 standalone buildings. We're in 2 shelters, and we're in a couple schools. So that's kind of the makeup of what our organization looks like.
Yeah, I know also that all our buildings are not open just because some of them are in schools and stuff like that. So right now we have about how many sites open?
Right now we have the Lucille Palmero Clubhouse open for summer camp. We have the Cordair Clubhouse open for summer camp. We have Throsneck Community Center. We have Castle Hill Community Center. And starting next Monday, one of the school-based programs will begin, PS 138, but they were relocated to a different building the summer. But that program is only going to be about 3 weeks. So starting next week, we'll have 4 or 5 programs opening as DYCD find schools for the locations that they're restoring the funds for. They're providing us the information, and we have to go out and begin to, set the programs up in these schools. So
get the staffing and all that stuff correct. The building's clean and all that.
Absolutely.
So we also are working at basically half our capacity.
Yeah.
We don't have all our buildings open, but we are still serving our community as best as we can. I wanted to highlight also, because I knew that during the pandemic, I got a couple of emails and we spoke and also our executive director, Mr. Dan Quintero, and you guys were doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes. So while the doors were open to most of the staff and and obviously members, you guys were still doing stuff for the community. And I just wanted to give you a chance to highlight that because it was very important. And I know a lot of family members walk in today and they were like, thank you. And they appreciate what was going on. So just explain to the listeners what was going on behind the scenes.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, obviously, when this pandemic started, it shook everybody to its core. I think, Kips Bay took the time to kind of shift their focus. We partnered with the New York Yankees, who provided us with a capacity grant where we were able to go out and purchase foods through a food vendor and to begin a food pantry. So we started a food pantry at two of our locations, and I want to say late May.
May into June.
May into June. So we started the food pantry at the Kildare Clubhouse and also the Thrives Net Community Center. So as a community and as a team building, we would meet on Wednesdays. We would bag the food up and then be prepared to give it out on Thursday. From the beginning, the first week, I think we bagged up about 250 meals, and then realized that we needed a little bit more meal to serve the community the best way that we could. So we added more money to the actual weekly food deliveries, so we can give out 350, almost 400 meals at both of the locations.
And a lot of people have to realize that this is funding that we go out there and we get. We're on the phone. We're asking companies. We're asking people. I know the board has a lot to do with it. The connections that they have. So this is not something that the city just says, here's a certain type of money and give food out. You guys are hustling out there and trying to get these grants and trying to get this money so that we could support not only the community but also make sure that these young kids that are out there in the streets have a meal. And sometimes even the parents. A lot of people lost jobs and stuff like that. So it was very important. And I definitely highlight you guys for doing that because it was one of those things that, I was home with my family, but there was people out there and I saw the lines and I saw pictures of people just, coming out and just, getting the food, to provide for their family. So it was a big deal.
Absolutely. I mean, the community was thankful. And, besides so we got the capacity grant from New York, the New York Yankees, and from New York Yankees, we were able to purchase the food from Ace and Nico Food. So they delivered the food weekly, and then around June, we got approached by through our New York City collaborative, which is all the New York City Boys and Girls Club. As a collaborative, we got approached by Food Bank to provide more food bank services. So through Food Bank, we was able to add 2 more of our locations and give out another 1,000 meals over the course of June and late May, early June. And so with that partnership too, so now we had the Kildare Clubhouse rocking with the food pantry. We had the Castle Hill Community Center that was added through Food Bank. We also was able to add the Lucille Palmero Clubhouse through Food Bank. And then we still had we still had Kildare and Thrives Neck getting the money and also giving out the food from the Yankee grant. So we was able to kind of shift our focus from a service to
I mean, it's still a service.
No, absolutely.
It's definitely important.
We had to shift our focus from serving children and how we serve them daily to serving their families and the community, making sure that the kids that would usually get meals from us being in our after school programs were still able to get something. So we prioritized our kids in our programs, and then also make sure that we had enough to also supplement and take care of the community.
Yeah, I definitely know how important that is because I've been working here for 7 years in this particular clubhouse and in the after school program and the summer camp. And I know that sometimes when the kids come in after school, they look forward to that snack. They look forward to that dinner right before they start doing their homework or doing any other activity. Unfortunately, sometimes this is the meal that they have. Yep. Some kids are in shelter. Some kids are just, underprivileged. And we provide that service on top of educational programs and fun programs and programs like this, like podcasting and digital arts and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
And I know that meal goes a long way. I know at the end of the day, sometimes kids grab a second lunch if possible, if some is left over. And, it's one of those things that's a very powerful thing when you see somebody providing for their family, or you guys are definitely providing for the community. It's very powerful to know that and to share that with other people.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I know that now that we're talking, Kips Bay is one of these programs that I'm very very happy not only to work in but to be part of, because there's a lot of a lot of changing things going on now. But we're a part of a group of people that are constantly changing. We work with young adults, we work with young youths, we work with kids in college, we work with 18-year-olds, that first have a job, or SYP. So we constantly changing. So yes, this is a big change for us, but this is nothing new. We do this on a everyday basis. Whatever rule we came up with on Monday, it might change Monday night. And we just go with the flow and make sure that we could continue providing for the community, continue providing for the staff and for the area that we live in.
Absolutely, and I commend all of the staff from shifting the focus from food pantry to bagging to shifting the focus to camp. And the regulations that have to happen.
Yeah, and even cleaning.
Before we even get into the building, all the stuff that has to happen behind the scenes to make sure Department of Health approves our location. So those are the things that I was really running down behind the scenes for all month of June, to kind of make sure when we wanted to open the doors on August 13th that all of the sites were prepared to go through the CDC regulations, the Department of Health regulations, to make sure all our I's were dotted and our T's were crossed, so we can kind of open the doors with peace of mind, knowing that we're doing the best that we can, and then also that, we're following the guidelines that we need to do to keep everybody safe, not just the children, from the staff to the parents. It's really important. So this summer we're obviously, we're operating in maybe 35-40% capacity, and that's even different. But I think just overall, the kids are happy to be in the building. They're happy to be around kids. They're happy to interact. Things that we take for granted or took for granted prior to this pandemic is like a real eye-opening. That this social interaction and social services and this the human aspects of people is to be around each other. So,
and it's also a relief for parents. I'm a parent. I know you're a parent.
So
to have kids around other kids, even though they're in small groups, 6, 8, 10 kids at a time, just still seeing them and interacting, and not through a computer. Absolutely. And not that you could touch the person and all that stuff, but at least being in the same room and going through something that they're used to, a lesson plan, playing ping pong, pool, just being in the building. To tell you the truth, once the doors open and they knew that the building was open, it's just, this is a safe haven for them. Yeah. This is a safe haven for them. Yeah, so it's really important. As soon as they walk in the door, a parent knows that we're going to take care. We're going to take care of their pride and joy, their child. And we try to excite them. We try to show them that this is different, but we're going to make a difference in their life, even through these times. This is also, I feel, I work for the DOE also, so I feel that this is a test.
Oh, without a doubt.
This is a test for what's coming in September. Pigs. Yeah, we definitely the guinea pigs. This is what's going to happen in September. They're kind of feeling, okay, let me see how summer camps open. Let me see how they're doing it. Okay, nothing happened. Well, okay, maybe we could take this to another level. Maybe we could do, the scheduling a little different. So we definitely the guinea pigs. But, if we're the guinea pigs and we're providing a service, then you know what? I'll take that. Yeah, I'll definitely take that, because, even if there's, 100 kids in the building, that's 100 kids that are not home, 100 kids that are fed, 100 kids that are having some educational program, some STEM program, a digital arts program, something going on in their life, and not just playing a video game.
Absolutely.
So I know that we make a change in their lives, and they definitely make a change in our lives. I come in here early. Yeah. I come in here early, just eager to do what I do, which is, the podcasting and photography. And every day I walk in here an hour early just to prepare myself, because I know that these kids deserve it. Yeah, and definitely, deserve my time and my patience.
And you're a testament of somebody that, wants to do what we do. One of my mentors, Ms. Brown, used to always say that we have to find people that want to do this. Everybody's not, everybody doesn't have it in their heart to feel this way about children, and making sure that, they're getting the best of you. We all have a million things going on in our own lives, but I think it's important to separate that stuff and put our best foot forward for these children every day because they deserve it.
I think being a dad also highlights that because I have three children of my own, and because I'm a dad, because I'm in their life on the constant, I'm there every single day. Some people don't have that. Some people don't have a big brother. Some people don't have an uncle that they could look up to. So I put myself in that role. When I walk in here, if someone says, Mr. Ish, I want to talk to you, and I have my lunch in my hand, I'm going to wait. Yeah. I'm going to listen to what they say because that's the moment they chose to open up. Yeah. So whether it's 15 minutes into my lunch break or I'm walking out and I'm in a rush and someone says, I want to, I want you to talk to my mom about this, I'm going to stop and do it because that's the time that they chose. We don't know when the kid is going to open up. No, we don't know that. I had a perfect example. I have a young child, Mr. Vincent, first year here. He came into my podcast the first time, cried 45 minutes. The whole podcast. As soon as the podcast started, he got even louder. The next day he came in, he was an angel. He participated. It's one of the ones that we just posted. Had so much fun. So we broke him down. We broke his ice. We broke his wall within a day. Yeah. So having him for 7 hours or something like that, just, him knowing that we cared and we cared and we cared and we would continue trying to help him, he just gave in. And sometimes it happens in a day. Sometimes it'll be 2 weeks. But we usually get to them. We usually get to them. Yeah,
we become the most consistent people in their lives sometimes, unfortunately or fortunately. And, at the end of the day, that story shows that, we won't give up. And we will give children an opportunity to be children and then also give them an opportunity to, correct or, be better at whatever we were trying to do prior to. So I think, that is another good story of what we do as an organization.
Me personally, I'm drawn to stuff like that. Mm-hmm. When I'm in the DOE and they say, I got these 4 kids for detention, I'll be like, I'll take them. They'll be like, Mr. Rodriguez, you take. I'm like, I'll take those 4 kids. Absolutely. Out of those 4 kids, 3 of them come to Kips Bay Boys and Girls Club. Yeah. Okay, so one of them moved, but the other 3, just because I'm talking to them and I'm trying to be real with them, I'm a male. Sometimes they don't have that male figure. And I'm constantly, looking for them in lunch. Hey, come on, guys, don't get in trouble today. And constantly, making sure that I see them in the hallway and stuff like that. They're like, okay, Mr. Rodriguez is good. Yeah. So if he tells me to stop doing this, I'm gonna listen just because he's a cool guy. So once you get that relationship with them, it was easy for me to say, yo, guys, where you live at? Oh, come on, man. You're right next to my clubhouse. Get your parents. Here's an application. Let's go. Yeah. Oh, it's only $10. Don't worry about the $10. I'll speak to my boss about it. Let's get you in there. Let's get the forms done. Let's get you participating. The $10 is the $10. We'll figure that out. Yeah. So usually money is not what stops someone from coming in these doors.
And I look at my own journey in terms of being a kid, a club kid, to being a team volunteer, to now running programs, to moving up to supervising programs, to moving up to supervising, an entire organization. One thing that hurts me the most is that lack of interaction that I get with those kids, the special relationships. So, finding people that I know or I feel can have those relationships is also good because it's almost like I see myself in a Ish, or I see myself in a Francesca, or I see myself in a Daryl or Letitia or Mayani, all of these directors that we have, a Yasmin, I'm looking for those type of people because those are the type of people these children need.
Yeah, you definitely know that staff like that is the ones that have your back, the ones that are going to guide these kids, these members through all the stuff that we're going through. Sometimes it's personal stuff at home. Sometimes it's educational stuff. Sometimes it's just having someone to talk to. Sometimes it's just being there on the regular. Mm-hmm. When a staff shows up every day to work and the child knows that, maybe I could talk to Mr. Ish. I didn't have a good day. Or I could talk to Miss Francesca or something like that. And they know that you're constantly going to be there. Is important. Absolutely. It's important. So if it's just a job, then that's okay too. You usually the ones that just want a job, they kind of stand out and eventually they don't stay here long. Yep. So that's that's one of those things also. So what do we have to look forward to now in the future? I mean, so many changes and how we looking at maybe just after school program. I mean, there's so many changes. Some teachers have asked me, is the boys club going to be open during these flex days? You know, like some kids are going to school Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So does that mean that maybe after school programs will open all day on Tuesday and Thursdays?
Well, listen,
I mean, there's so much going on. I mean, I can't.
If you had a crystal ball, man, you could tell me, because right now
I'm a parent. I'm trying to figure out who I need 2 babysitters.
Yeah,
I need one for Tuesday and Thursdays. And I need one for Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays.
Yeah, you in the long list of all these parents.
Yeah, so I got to hire mine now.
I think it's obviously similar to what we spoke about a little bit earlier, is that, we're going to be the guinea pig for what school can and cannot look like. And, in all honesty, these last couple of weeks has been, really uneventful, which is almost like weird in a way.
Yeah. You're almost preparing yourself.
Yeah, for something. It's like we're waiting for the shoe to drop or something. So even now in this time, I mean, the kids are enjoying themselves. It's just a different time. So what school's gonna look like? We're tuned into August 1st, because that's when the Cuomo day. And that's when he's gonna put his regulations out when it comes to what school can and look like. But I think organizations like Kips Bay that have standalone facilities will be approached by DOE to kind of see how we can partner in terms of even open the doors for the kids that are not in school, or also being able to hold kids in a classroom setting if they really have to space out.
That's true too.
The kids that they're going to serve on a daily basis. So, I believe with everything that's going on, there's opportunities for Kids Bay to really, continue to push their mission and vision forward. But I also think we're going to be in collaboration with DOE a little bit more than we have in the past, just based on everything that's going on. So, it's exciting. It's hesitant. It's
a little bit of everything. Yeah. It's definitely new, but you know what? It's not boring.
No,
it's not boring. No. You don't walk in this clubhouse and are bored, because there's expectations. Absolutely. There's children in the clubhouse. There's staff that expect certain things. There's we always cleaning. There's always something to do when you walk into the clubhouse.
Absolutely.
We're providing so many different services just behind the scene. I know that we have a lot of programs that the staff log into, like, let's say, internet trainings and stuff like that, which was a major part of our quarantine. Mm-hmm. We had a lot of training that we just logged into, 5-6 hours of training, through these college programs that you provided for us. So those were very important things, because we couldn't reach out and be together, but that doesn't mean that we were not working.
Or getting prepared for when we
were able definitely getting prepared.
To see the children again. I know the training that everybody went through, and I went through most of that stuff as well. It was a lot, but I also think it allowed us time to kind of really let everybody know these are the things we should be doing. So if you wasn't formally trained on some of these things, this was an opportunity to really, dive deep and really get to know what works, or what this movement in terms of boys and girls clubs is about, or just in general, how
I really didn't mind doing the training at home, because you got to kind of do it at your own pace. So if you're one of those people that, I have to read it twice in order to understand it, you read it twice. If you're one of those guys that could sit in a room and absorb when you guys are having meetings and stuff like that, and you could absorb all the information, some people are like that. Mm-hmm. Some people need to look at it 2-3 times. Some people need to evaluate it, watch the video over. So because we had computers and we were doing it at home, we all did it on our own pace, but we all did it.
Yeah, no,
we all got it done.
Absolutely.
So I thank you definitely I thank you, and I thank Boys and Girls Club in general, just for providing that information that we needed. I mean, we're all going through this together.
Yep.
And we're going to continue doing it. And I really would like to thank you for your time. I know that you have meetings to go to, you have grants to get, you have a whole bunch of things going on in your schedule. So this was one of those moments that I just grabbed you quickly, and I do appreciate your time. And thank you for everything that you do for the staff and do for us and the community and for parents and just in general. And next time you decide to move up, just let me know. I'm gonna hold your hand up there.
Definitely. Well, thank you for having me. And before I go, I just want to, salute all of our leaders right now that are out here working at our locations, providing the service providing the service for the children. I know this is a different time, but I have more than enough faith in everybody on our team that we're tried and true and ready to handle whatever is thrown our way. And we'll continue to grow, get better at what we do, and hopefully, when things get back to normal, we'll really be on the forefront on a lot of this change. So that's how my mind is thinking.
Yeah, we're definitely going to change for the better. We're gonna learn from this. We're New Yorkers. We're from the Bronx. We're tough.
Absolutely.
We're tough just because we work for Kips Bay. That already is that's a different skin. So we're going to continue, and this is not going to stop us. This is slowing us down a little bit, but we're still in the lane, and we're still going to continue looking forward. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
And I appreciate everyone that's out there listening to us.
All right. Stay safe, everyone.
Check. 1 2 1 2. Check.
Thank you, Mr. H. We're out of here.